says that the terror group targeted the Saudi-flagged Amjad and the Panama-flagged Blue Lagoon ships yesterday with multiple missiles and drones. Now, the Houthis have since taken responsibility for targeting the Blue Lagoon specifically, but both ships were carrying over 2 million barrels of oil. They were able to continue their voyages without any major damage or any casualty. But this attack comes as efforts are underway to prevent another tanker that was targeted by Houthi rebels from spilling around 1 million barrels of oil into the Red Sea. That Greek-owned ship was abandoned by its crew off of the coast of Oman after being struck on August 21st. And, you know, as we know now, the Houthis have been targeting international ships in the Red Sea over the last 10 months in a so-called show of solidarity for Hamas in Gaza. Well, joining us now is Behnam Ben Taleblu. He's a senior fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. So my first question for you is really just how much damage the Houthis have caused to international trade since October 7th, and if it's been getting worse.
Great to be with you, Natasha. It's hard to quantify in terms of a specific price point, but the Red Sea and Bab el-Mandeb Strait feature about 10 to 12% of east-west bound maritime trade that exists. You've had a rise in the price of certain commodities being shipped along this corridor. You've had a significant rise in insurance premiums, but it hasn't changed global energy markets just yet. That has to do with a whole host of exogenous factors, such as slowed rather than aggressively pursued sanctions against the Russian, oil sector, as well as, of course, the rise of shale and American petroleum products as well on the market. So there is more exogenous reasons why the Houthi maritime campaign has not been as economically successful as the Houthis in Yemen or as the Islamic Republic of Iran may have wanted. But that doesn't mean it is any less strategically significant. The fact that this force has been keeping the U.S. and an international maritime coalition on its toes, the fact that it's diverted major trade routes, the fact that it's delayed shipping, remains a major problem.
What would stop the Houthis at this point from continuing these attacks?
Certainly what is going on right now is not sufficient to stop them. It may not be even sufficient to deter them. The U.S. has largely been in a posture of deterrence by denial, meaning it's simply trying to intercept the projectiles the Houthis fire. So long as we do this, we'll continue to fail. The Houthis right now have targeted a Saudi-flagged vessel, as you just mentioned. The answer has to be domestically within Yemen, targeting Houthi infrastructure, command and control networks, not just the arsenal, not just the capabilities, not just the launchers. That is necessary but not sufficient. Perhaps the U.S. and the international coalition could take a page from the Israeli playbook when they went after the oil installations and port facility at Hodeidah.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you, Behnam, for joining us and giving us some background here.